Liam strolled into the most quiet wing of the old Briarwood Mall, where half the shops were dark. He couldn't recall this part ever being there. Dim skylights, dusty mannequins, and silence interrupted only by his footsteps. At the far end, neon flickered and spelled, "Mirror Maze and Wishes." With nothing better to do, he smirked and stepped through the curtain, drawn in by the odd charm. Inside, the world shifted, reflecting dozens of Liams in odd shapes. The mirrors loomed above dark, distorted and angled. A perplexed, coin-operated, gold spirals booth stood at the maze's core with a sign, "Make a wish, just one." He scoffed and reached for one of his quarters from his pocket, grinning and muttering, "I wish I was as pretty as her," as he pointed to a poster of a pregnant woman with a smile on her face beside the booth. The moment the coin clinked into the slot, the air thickened. Mirrors reflected lights as waves of incoming water did. Liam giggled nervously, thinking that it was one of the show, but his body felt off. He staggered back, a tender pain diffusing across his skin into his chest, as if drawn by a soft current towards someplace familiar and yet far away. Threads trailed shimmers across his skin, revolved and reformed it, as a gentle polka-dot frock white, with fine red flecks gathered tightly above the waist and spreading slightly above the knees. The skirt swung as his legs smoothed and turned soft under the hem. A light breeze caressed his bare thighs, and the cloth clung to his form as it changed. He gasped, his body turning graceful feminine curves.
She looked into one of the mirrors, which hadn't been warped. A young woman stared back. Wide with panic were her hazel eyes, surrounded by thick lashes and soft cheeks. She has long, natural black hair that falls in soft waves. "No," she sighed, and she heard her voice veer into a sweet, almost musical voice. She lifted a quivering hand to her face. It matched the reflection perfectly. Her body began to pulse again, this time below, deeper. There emerged in her belly a warmth not unpleasant, only strange. She hugged her arms to herself, and there was a slight sense of fullness, as if her body had somehow anticipated something intimate and changing life. She breathed hard, the glow in her going from feminine to fertile. The once silent maze had the sound of soft, unseen whispers reverberate through it. Her stomach started tingling, expanding a little under her gown. Not a dramatic increase, but one you can see. Her hands picked it up instinctively, like they knew how. A calm overtook the panic. It didn't add up, but it felt right, much like her body had only ever really remembered who she was supposed to be. She staggered out of the mirror maze and into the hallway. She also staggered in her flats. The mall was now different, brighter itself, more alive. Music could be heard from nearby, and the people passed without even a second look. Her reflection was shown on a display window, pregnant, beautiful, and glowing. The fabric of her dress flapped shyly with each movement around her beautiful curves. A security guard, Marcus, stopped her for a moment, asking whether she needed assistance. He asked politely, "You okay, miss?" She smiled, unsure what to say. I remember something important," she said, a soft kind of sincerity in her voice. He nodded and tipped his hat, allowing her to go on without a query. Her heart was fluttering as she was headed out of the exit. Outside, the sky had turned colors. Peach and lavender tinted the sky. She took her time, one hand holding onto her stomach. Every step was strange yet pleasant. She felt now that her center of gravity was tipping forward, compelling her to slow more softly. People smiled at her. A little girl even waved. She responded quite warmly to the gesture. At the bus stop, she had sat silently, hand on her bump, with the flutters every now and then from inside. Not yet kicks, but something was there, growing. She didn't know how many weeks she was pregnant, but was not afraid. The sun caressed her skin as if it was satisfied. She shut her eyes and inhaled a deep breath to let go of this peace she'd never experienced while being held by Liam. Her phone buzzed. It was hers, though somehow different, Background photo now depicted hers and a man she didn't recognize in a nursery, smiling. She had her name on the screen, period. Liana Monroe. She looked at it for a moment and smiled. Guess the wish came true, she murmured, holding her belly in both hands, and for the first time she did not want to return.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.